I made a promise. I made a promise that nobody else was going to get stuffed inside that casket. And the only way that I can keep that promise is by putting an end to Su Yung. This is for Madison. This is for Rosemary. This is for my soul. I made a promise, and I intend to keep it.
You know what? I'm feeling great. My next big challenge is coming. Face to face, Brian Cage for the X Division Championship. Brian, you never feel the real animal of the lucha libre.
You know, Scarlett, you're right. Maybe I can be a little bit more sensitive, Fowler. Maybe I can be a little bit more flexible. Be more like Fowler. He's a big panda bear.
Scarlett, you're so smart. You're like a female Buddha.
Fowler, listen, Scarlett, I'm gonna be more like you. And we're gonna start doing that right now. Talk to your guy, we're gonna get him some matching gear. Yeah, we're gonna get this pink tie. We're gonna do this now. Let's do this, Fowler. Yeah! Come on. Woohoo! Thank you, Scarlett!
Oh, that's disgusting.
Ladies and gentlemen, show some respect for my new insurance policy. Killer Cross.
And while Austin and I are both very different in this social experiment of mayhem, we both thrive on one particular thing, and that is creating change. And we are going to shove it down your throat, whether you love it or you hate it, because no matter where the time is told, in the end, everybody pays the toll.
If I could be in the cult of Lee, I'd get my revenge on Joe Hendry. So what does it take to be in the cult of Lee? Just fill out an application and make it 3.
Pentagon, it is all your fault! All your fault! My loss to Fenix, Pentagon Jr.'s fault. Dave getting his head shaved, Pentagon Jr.'s fault. Me getting my head shaved, Pentagon Jr.'s fault. Sami Callihan, Pentagon Jr., Mexican death match, and only one of us is walking out. Because we are for Ohio, by Ohio, and we are taking over everything! 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 Yeah. What up? You ain't got the heart to take me out. Give me the word. You ain't got the heart. Give him the word. Give him the word. Go ahead. Come on. Go ahead. You're not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. I brought those titles back to you, not you. Give me the word. 15 years ago, you would have had my head split open. Not anymore, because you're an old dog. You're an old bitch that needs to be taken out. You guys are being led to the grave. You can't do nothing. You ain't got the balls. You ain't got... I spit on your soul. I spit on your family. Give it to him. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I dare you. Do it, you old bastard. With pleasure, you mother...
You're listening to Total Nonstop Impact, hosted by Kyle and Trent. Follow us on Twitter at WeTalkImpact.
Let me talk to you. And we are going to shove it down your throat, whether you love it or you hate it.
That's disgusting.
Total Nonstop Impact. Impact talk for Impact fans. What's up, dummies? Kyle here.
Dummy, yeah.
And Trent.
Dummy, yeah.
We are here breaking down the August 16th, 2018 episode of Impact Wrestling. We're going to do the news. We're going to break down the current state of affairs of Impact Wrestling like we always do. But first, we got to settle in, have a little fun here, folks. Trent, how's it going, bro? How you been since we've last chopped it up?
I'm good. I'm doing all right, man. It's been a busy week. I keep busy. You see me all the time. People see me online. I'm a busy guy, Kyle.
Yeah, I saw you were doing a little Six Flags business. You're always going to cool places. You're always just traveling around with a lady friend.
We keep busy. We keep on the move. I keep my legs in motion. You know what I'm saying?
Always doing stuff. Six
Flags, though. I'm a coaster junkie, though.
Coaster guy. What was the highlight? What theme park did you go to exactly, and what was the main event ride?
I went to Six Flags Great America located in beautiful Gurnee, Illinois, which is right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border. And yeah, dude, that's my home park. Highlight of the day was Goliath. Anybody been on Goliath? That thing is nuts. That was only my second time on it, and it was goddamn ridiculous. So Goliath, highlight of the day.
Good stuff. Yeah, over by me we have Six Flags Great Adventure. You ever take the trip over here, Trent? We will hit Six Flags Great Adventure. It's a good time. I can't tell you that I'm going to go on King to Cock because I've chickened out of that ride multiple times throughout the years. Still haven't faced my fears and gone on it, but they do have King to Cock, one of the tallest, fastest coasters in all the world.
I got to get on that, man. That's something I got to try.
Yeah, I'm scared shitless of it, man. There's been multiple times where I got on the line and got off the line. I can't do it.
Oh, shit. All right.
It's scary, but we're talking Impact Wrestling here, folks. Great episode. I really had a good time watching it. I thought the LAX versus OG street fight was just some really cool cutting-edge shit. Great wrestling as always. Sami Callihan with OVE versus Fenix. That was a good one. Good show overall. A lot of highlights here, Trent. Before we get into it and I read the card and all that, what was a big highlight for this episode for you, Trent?
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm as much as I like the OG's LAX street fight. I was a big fan of, and this might seem crazy, but the Austin Aries Killer Cross in ring. I kind of like the promo. I like the promo, man. I was like, this is kind of cool. I like the whole deal. Eddie Edwards coming in and all that. It was cool. I dug it.
Hold your thought, Trent. Hold your thought. We're going to get there, but first we're going to take a quick little break here. We're setting up here, getting ready. We'll come back with the episode recap, and we'll talk about it when we get there. So, Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. We'll be right back.
Hey, yo, this is the Taxman inviting you all to check out the Six-Sided Podcast. We're a weekly Impact Wrestling review show. We're also frequently joined by special guests, and we love interaction from all the Impact Wrestling fans. Throw us in your YouTube machine, give us a subscription, Six-Sided Podcast. Also follow us on Twitter at @6_podcast. Boom.
What's up, everybody? This is Trent from the Backstage Boys podcast, found on Instagram and Twitter at The BSB Show. Me and my co-host Baz will take you backstage behind the scenes over at AEW Pro Wrestling and other independent promotions around Chicago on what makes the show happen, how production is done, what goes into every little bit, what happens on show day, what goes wrong, what can go right. We take you all there. So check us out on The BSB Show on SoundCloud, iTunes, and again, Twitter and Instagram.
And we're back. Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. We're going to get into the episode review here, but don't mind, folks. I in a bit of a hurry. Was busy today. Didn't get a chance to have any dinner. So if you hear me munching, I'm going to try to, hit the cough button. Not going to make you listen to that, but if you hear me, munching away or anything, I apologize. You guys got to eat dinner.
What's going on? Kyle, what are you eating over there?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'd like to know what you're eating over there. You got people listening, and you're sitting there chomping in the ear. I want to know what you're chomping on. It better be something good.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring enough to share with you and all the listeners, Trent. But
unfortunately, but what do you got?
Well, there's the McPick 2 for $5 going right now over at McDonald's. The Big Mac. The American Standard, the Big Mac, and the 10-piece McNugget, baby.
Jesus Christ. So basically you got a clogged artery with the side of heart disease. That's what you're doing? Is that what you're going for here?
And moderation, that's what it's about. You know, McDonald's is good for you.
Kyle, you know, if I wanted to do a solo show, I'd do a solo show, but I'm counting on having a partner here who's alive to keep doing shows with me.
Hey, come on, man. Just a little McDonald's doesn't hurt. You know, moderation. You gotta moderate yourself.
You don't got
fast food.
You don't got Subway out there? You don't got Subway out there or something? No 24-hour Subway?
I live in New York, man. We have delis. We don't do Subway.
All right. You don't got delis out there that are open right now? Maybe. Oh Jesus! What did I just? Wait, hold on. Is that a 12-ounce can of something?
That's Poland spring water, Trent. It's a water bottle.
Bullshit. That is not water. When water starts coming in a can that sounds like that, I'll believe you. But what are we drinking on top of all this? On top of all this bad health, what are we drinking?
Well, we're hydrating tonight with a good old-fashioned Pepsi.
Jesus. Jeez. Wait, hold on. Pepsi regular, Pepsi diet?
It's regular Pepsi.
Good Lord Almighty. So all right, so hang on.
Well, you haven't had a soda in what is it, like 10 years or something like that?
I have not drank a soda in I'm going on 8 years, no soda. You know what? And that makes me amazing, Kyle. That makes me amazing.
You're becoming CM Punk.
Oh, listen, I haven't had a drink in my whole life, so I got that. I got him beat.
You don't drink. You don't smoke. You don't eat any fast food. What are you doing, Trent?
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna admit something to the public. I'm giving you a hard time about eating fast food at past midnight here, but
Trent eats Taco Bell. Admit it.
I love Taco Bell, bro.
I knew it. How did I know? How did I know you were gonna say Taco Bell?
I'm a Taco Bell junkie. What can I say? It's the greatest American food ever.
You gotta love Taco Bell. You really do.
Dude.
You have to. It's perfect.
I can't disparage my Taco. Taco Bell was there for me when I had little money. Taco Bell was there for me.
Taco Bell was there for you. See, Trent. That's a good attitude because you remember, Taco Bell was there for you when you had nothing.
When I had nothing, bro.
AJ Styles, he doesn't think that way. He apparently TNA is a cockroach-infested apartment. That's a news headline we're going to get into later. I hate to throw that at you, Trent. I know you like AJ Styles, but I don't know if you're going to love him after hearing this little news headline. We're going to get to that later in the show.
You gave me a little preview of that earlier. I'm super disappointed, bro. I'm pissed.
We'll get there. We'll read that headline in the news section.
Yeah, we will for sure.
But how about this, Trent? If Bound for Glory sells out and they sell out the building, Kyle will go on a diet. I'll stop eating McDonald's 2 times a week. I'll try to quit drinking soda. If Impact sells out the building, I'm putting it on Impact. It's on them. I will go on a diet.
All right, guys.
I'm getting fat, Trent. I admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm in my mid-20s fat phase right now. I was always in shape. Mid-20s are hitting me hard.
Scott and Don, I'm going to need you to keep my co-host alive here. Guys, we're gonna sell some tickets. We got some work to do here.
Sell out the Melrose Ballroom. Dude, I'm sitting front row. You're sitting front row. We'll be there. Hopefully, I'll be there. Hopefully, I don't have a heart attack before then.
Hopefully, I mean, I'm looking towards you, bro.
Good old Pepsi.
Jesus Christ!
How are you living life without soda?
Listen, I'm fine. There's plenty of alternatives. out there.
Vanilla joke.
Like
vanilla joke. You are a joke. You stand vanilla Coke in the back.
I was a Vanilla Coke guy. My username out there, Vanilla Joke. It showed you how much I love it, but man, what can you say? Times change. People
French
change.
Fries,
Life changes.
Sweet and sour sauce. The McNugget.
Sweet. Listen, I'm not gonna take it away from this. This chicken McNuggets are fantastic.
Delicious.
Don't get me wrong.
But I eat them
delicious.
like twice a week. That's the problem. That's the problem. I just abuse
That's the
things,
problem,
right?
brother.
I abuse things.
You do.
There's no
Your
moderation.
life. You're abusing yourself here, man.
Oh, all right. I before I go into a depression here or something, let's stop beating on Kyle's poor health habits. But I'm sticking to it. If Impact sells out Bound for Glory, I will go on a diet. I'll stop eating McDonald's. We'll get to that when Bound for Glory pops up. But until then, I'm hitting the Mickey D's, baby.
All right. Well, listen. Let's sell out Melrose, please. I had a buddy who was there last night for that Joey Janela show, the Lost in New York show, GCW.
That was at the Melrose Ballroom?
That was at Melrose. I got a buddy. My buddy Basil was there, my co-host on the Backstage Boys podcast. He was over there shooting photos for that show. And he said the room's cool, man. The room's cool. It's not huge, but it's hot. It's got a hot vibe to it.
Well, we'll get a rowdy crowd up in there, have people, hanging from the rafters. It'll be fun. It'll be a good one. I like that, though. I like Impact embracing, okay, we don't have the largest fan base right now. We're really not able to fill out these huge arenas. So let's embrace that. And some of the shows they've been putting out, it has an ECW vibe. And I'm just one of those guys, Trent. I prefer an intimate crowd. The crowd is part of the show. I enjoy it. It's punk rock to me, and some people will laugh at that and be like, haha, that's not the big times. That's not Madison Square Garden. And I hope Impact gets to that point, but right now, I'm embracing them having a bit of an indie feel. I'm into it.
I am too. I think it's cool. It kind of restores the faith with people. I think it brings people back to it. It's like, hey man, now we're all in it together. Now we're like a team here trying to build it again. It's our little thing. Indies are like a little cult following in a way. Indies have like this cult feeling to them. Like, hey, this is our thing. This is our little family. And I see that at AEW. It's like, hey, it's us against them.
And that's what always bothered me about Impact is because, to me as a viewer, I always felt that. I always felt like that's what TNA when it was TNA, and then Impact Wrestling.
Exactly.
That's what it is to me. It's like, this is our thing. I go out and people are wearing their Bullet Club t-shirts, and I'm wearing my Eli Drake t-shirt, and it's like, yeah, you guys are missing out. This is my thing. This is our thing. It's our movement. But for some reason, throughout the years, the internet wrestling community, they never wanted to paint Impact as that sort of thing and instead treat it like a laughingstock. But Trent, those days are over. They're coming to an end.
Real quick before we move on from that, I think the theory for me always was that they always looked at it like in the Nashville days when it was truly really indie, it was really embraced, right? But when it got to that main stage and you had that millionaire backing from the Carters and everything, I think people for some reason resented it. Like it's almost like they looked at it. Not everybody. Look, Impact was drawing 2 million plus fans on Spike. Let's not beat around that. They did arenas. They did the place that All In's going to beat. Impact was in there. They had 7,500 as opposed to the 10,000, but still, it was configured differently. Whatever the case may be, they ran these arenas, man. They ran some big arenas. I saw them in Philly for Bound for Glory 2011. They ran a stadium there. I mean, look, this company did some cool shit in the TNA days. I think people just for some reason felt like they were always millionaire backed, and then as soon as Dixie came on TV, it became like, oh, that's just her little project. And, wrestling fans are fickle, man. Wrestling fans look at it like, oh, she, it's just her little thing, and she's using her money to get ahead kind of thing. And that's all it was, man. It turned it into bullshit resentment, which is what pissed me off, man. But, whatever. There's still a nice little fan base here. We still got a good, loyal fan base. And the rebuild is week to week, man, and it's going good. I love it. It is like an indie feel again. You're right.
Yeah, the current era creatively, the weekly television, the product is in a great place right now, and hopefully it only gets better from here. But where they are right now, it's perfect to me. The show's great.
The product's fantastic. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a great product. It's solid. It's regained the trust of everybody. That's the cool thing. That's what I like. Not everybody. I mean, week by week, more and more people are believing it again. And they're like, man, you can't deny it. That's the thing. When something's really good, you can't deny it.
Can't deny it.
You can't deny it, dude.
Something else that's good that we can't deny. I was texting you earlier. You were checking it out, too. Today on Twitch that had, I guess you'd call it a one night only. It was Impact and a company called NGW. They presented Uncivil War. Impact on Twitch. It was a fun show. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I came in and out of it a few times. How much of the show did you see, Trent?
I actually watched the whole thing. I was actually, okay. I even towards the end, I was driving and I just kind of put it on Twitch and racked my phone on a little holder, and it's kind of had it on the car. It's kind of look over at red lights type of thing.
That's wonderful, Trent. Driving while watching wrestling. That's not a safety hazard.
I was careful. I looked only on red lights and little stops and traffic stops. And look, at Chicago, man, I was basically in traffic the whole time, so I got to watch it.
Like MTV Pimp My Ride, like, yo, dog, we heard you like watching Impact Wrestling. So we put a TV in your trunk so you can watch Impact Wrestling while you drive.
We put a TV in your trunk with the GWN already subscribed to it, bro. There you go. So, yeah, no, it was cool, man. I got to see it. It was fun. It was cool. And actually, the last Sami and M-Dog, I was going to my parents' house, and I watched it with my mom. I walked in watching it on the phone. She's like, what are you watching? I go, that's my buddy of mine. He's on TV. He's wrestling. Because I know Sami from AEW, and she's like, "All right, well, let me watch it with you." So we just sat at the kitchen table and we watched Sami, Callihan, and M-Dog with my mom, who has no fucking idea who both of those guys are.
And then your father, Gama Singh, came in the room and started whipping you and your mom with the kendo stick.
No, Gama's like an uncle. Remember, Gama's an Uncle Gama. He's Uncle Gama.
I saw one of the guys. I think it was Rohit Raju. On Twitter, he tweeted back to somebody and said, wait till you see the promo in a few weeks. And it was something pertaining to Gama Singh. I'm excited. I have no idea, like what that could mean. Something good. So I know you're a big mark for Gama Singh in the Desi Hit Squad. So
wait a minute, brother. Who just pronounced that properly?
The Desi. It's the Desi Hit Squad. I actually caught Gama Singh said it right. He said Desi. The announcer didn't. The ring announcer, he's Desi. He's Desi Hit Squad. But
look at this guy. I'm proud of you.
Desi.
So I was actually talking to Rohit. We had him at AEW. I was actually talking to him, and he did something.
Chopped it up with him a little bit.
Oh, dude, he's a cool ass dude, man. He's super cool. He heals it up nicely for AEW. He fought DJZ last time we had him a couple weeks ago, and we were in the locker rooms shooting the shit. And he's a cool ass dude, man. I love that guy. He's really talented. He was telling me the same thing. He's like, wait till you see the next couple of segments, man. Wait till you see what's up with Gama. Like. He's like, man, when he hits us, he's hitting us. Like, he's like, that's no bullshit. That dude's slapping the shit out of us. And I was like, really? He goes, dude, he's slapping the shit out of us. He's not bullshitting with this training. He's like, I'm not lying to you, dude. He's like, he's legit not bullshitting with this training.
I really love the character of Gama Singh. I mean, I'm a sucker for heel managers. Like, that's something in all of wrestling, mainstream or indie. I love a good heel manager. I love the guy coming out, shitting on the sports team, shitting on the cities, and I love all that stuff. It's kind of cheesy, but it's some of it, simple yet effective. Just good old classic professional wrestling. But I love that aspect of Gama's character that he beats on the boys, the disciplinary.
He was a pretty well decorated wrestler, man. I remember the first time I saw him was on I had a Best of Owen Hart tape from Canada, and he was in Stampede Wrestling, and it was Gama, this Gama Singh, Mukkin Singh, and I can't remember the third guy, but they were called the Karachi Vice, Karachi being a town in Pakistan, which kind of throws the whole system off because Singh being Indian would not be from Karachi, which is Pakistan, so the whole thing's weird, but that's wrestling.
They're Middle Easterners, damn it.
Yeah, they're all brown guys,
Yeah.
All them Indians, but he that's the first time I ever seen him. Was Gama Singh was teamed up with Mukkin Singh, who you might remember as Bastion Booger from the WWF back in the 90s.
Ah, yeah, Bastion Booger. How could you forget that fat slob?
That was Mukkin Singh. He was in the 80s. He was Mukkin Singh. So that's where Gama came. He was Gama wrestled all over the world, man. He's actually a really well decorated wrestler. Like I told you, man. Rohit was telling me himself. He's like, from his words, he goes, he's legit teaching us shit. Like, that dude is legit showing us things all the time. Him and Gersinda are getting training. He's like, he is slapping the shit out of us when you see it on TV. He's not holding back anything. So I thought that was cool.
But let's move along here into the episode recap here, Trent. Let's run down the card here. Show opens up. We get Sami Callihan with OVE versus Fenix. Hell of a match here. Jacob and Dave hold Fenix on the top rope, but Pentagon fights them off. Fenix connects with the spinning muscle buster on Callihan to pick up the win. That finishing move, man, that thing is sick.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Spinning
Phoenix
muscle
and
buster,
Callihan are great.
Drop, bomb, whatever he calls
the
it.
chemistry those two got. Yeah. The chemistry these two got, man. It's awesome.
I thought this was a pay-per-view quality match, man. Fenix and Callihan.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. I was thinking like this could be on that Redefined show they got coming up, that like Supercard they got coming up.
I saw BQ is doing like a top Impact matches. He's got a new series approved by Anthem using their content. BQ over at the Impact Lounge, he's got a thing where he's doing the top 5 or top 10 matches of each month. So BQ, if you're listening, I think you got to put Sami versus Fenix in your next one.
Hey, party people, what's going on?
I think he will. I think BQ's got a good eye for it, man. I think he's going to definitely have that in there. Cause
hey, party people, what's going on?
This was a great match.
You know, but in this match, I mean, you know what you're getting from Fenix. I know he's one of the best worldwide luchadors, one of the best cruiserweight high flyers, whatever you want to call him. One of the best worldwide. He's world class. But Sami Callihan, he always shines to me in the character aspect. Like, he's always the best heel on the card. He's always just the best, sick, savage motherfucker. He's the best at that sort of role. But in this match, I noticed he really is a talented athlete, dude. He is a great wrestler in the ring. He can do a lot of stuff. He has a lot of moves in his arsenal.
It's funny. I talk about this to people. I'm like, man, if you really watch a Sami Callihan match, he's not doing like a whole lot of shit. Like he's not, he's thrust kicking, he's punching, he's brawling. He's a brawler. He's like a Terry Funk.
And I get so wrapped into that character that like I kind of, don't pay as much attention to other things about him in the ring. But he's got every little nuance down to a T. He's well polished in every aspect.
The dude is great. He knows how to work. Like I've seen him chain wrestle. The guy can work. So he has that foundation down. But he can just throw down, with that wacky character, that unhinged motherfucker that he is. He can do all that too.
But he can wrestle a 5-star wrestling match. Yeah, I know we're not going to be hearing too much of that anymore in the future. Good old Dave Meltzer is under some fire. That's a different discussion. I'm glad though. It's about time. It's about time,
dude.
About time he takes a couple stiff bumps.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm not a fan of his. I'm not. I don't think it's. I just feel like it doesn't fit today's narrative. But that's personal opinion. I don't really care. But
yeah, of course.
Some people live by it. I just don't really care. I don't think he. I feel like Dave Meltzer. Vince Russo said it the best. He goes, the guy never posts a retraction when he's wrong. Like he'll make a definite statement, be proven wrong. He'll never post a retraction. I think that's cowardly journalism.
It's true. It very well is.
So anyway, forget that Meltzer. But yeah, I don't think we'll be hearing 5 stars. So we'll do our own little system. We'll come up with something else. We'll give it a turnbuckle rating.
Phoenix versus Sami Callihan, 5 stars.
How about we say 5 turnbuckles?
5 turnbuckles. 5 chicken McNuggets.
5 chicken, you son of a bitch.
5 McNuggets.
You son of a bitch. 5 chicken McNuggets. Right to the heart. Right to the arteries, brother.
Right to the heart. Right to the arteries.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Phoenix and Sami Callihan. Hell of a match.
Baby Jesus.
Sami Callihan is the best in the business. You know what, Trent? I want to see Sami Callihan as Impact World Champion by the end of the year.
I was thinking about that today, actually. I was like, man.
He has to be. He's perfect.
I wonder if they could position him to the title at some point here.
Best character. He's amazing in a ring. Sami Callihan, that guy should be world champ.
I think it's today. I was thinking about it. It's almost inevitable that he should be. I feel like we're cutting him short if we don't give it to him. If he doesn't do it.
I heard Don Callis say on Killing the Town that Sami is so good at his character that if positioned properly, he'll end up getting over as a babyface because he's so good at being a heel. I don't know if that affects him, but it's kind of like, would there be like a type of Stone Cold effect where like he's just so good at being a badass that he could be the hot thing that, transcends and brings more eyes to Impact Wrestling?
I think that's what he was going for, and I think that could happen, man. The dude is on another level. He's like that ultimate badass that people like want to be like. You know, he's an I don't give a fuck dude, and it's like, man, people like those kinds of guys. They want to be like that. They want to be a guy who's got the balls to not give a fuck.
And he does pile drivers, all right? There's cool points in doing pile drivers. If you do a pile driver, you get cool points for that.
Dude, he does a good pile driver, too. So, yeah, man, Callihan's a cool motherfucker, man. You know, he's not a big dude. He's not a huge guy, but he's got that mouth, and he's got that, like, believability, man. Like, you watch Sami, you're like, this dude is like this. This is him. You're not getting anything but Sami Callihan right now.
And moving along.
Yeah.
Cutting you off, Trent. Cutting you off. Moving along.
Cut me off.
That's
son
it.
of a Jesus Christ. But if I was a McNugget, it wouldn't cut me off.
I would dunk you in the sweet and sour sauce and, you know. I'm not even going to chew you. I'll just swallow you whole.
You really are an asshole, Kyle. I tell you. You really are an asshole.
Backstage, we get a face-off between Fenix and Brian Cage. Fenix finds out that he's going to be facing Cage for the X Division Championship in 2 weeks. Cage stares him down. You get a nice little stare down there. And then we get French fry.
Jesus Christ. Good Lord. How many fries do you have left? How many McNuggets do you have left? That's what I'm wondering here.
That's none of your business, Trent. All right, there's
you know, as the co-host of the show, I feel like it is.
You're right. I guess it is. I've made it your business. There's my Big Mac is about done here, but there's a solid 5 out of the 10 McNuggets left. A couple French fries.
I'm not gonna lie. You kind of make me hungry here. I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of snacks, speaking of deliciousness, backstage we get Alicia Atout interviewing Allie and Kiera Hogan.
That's a nice transition.
Whole lot of deliciousness there. We get Alicia talking to Allie and Kiera Hogan ahead of Allie's non-title match tonight against Su Yung. Allie says she's not going to be distracted in her fight against Su Yung because Kiera has her back. And going back to the ring, we get Johnny Impact versus Jimmy Jacobs. I called this, Trent. I called it. Give me my props. Didn't I call this last week?
100%. You totally did. You totally did.
And I did not look at any spoilers. I'm not that kind of guy.
No,
I had a feeling. I smelt it, you know. And Don Callis said it perfectly in this match. Jimmy Jacobs is a strategist, and that he is. We did not get to see Johnny Impact versus Jimmy Jacobs because Kongo Kong came and crashed the party and couldn't keep Johnny Impact down, though. Johnny Impact ended up walking away. He ended up hitting Jacobs in the face with the same steel steps that Kongo used to injure him and take him out of Impact for a couple of weeks. So Johnny Impact walks away here. Jimmy's plan did not work out, but we'll see where they are next week.
It's a continuing story here. This is what you called a build.
WWE fans, they're not used to all that.
Yeah, they don't know what a build is.
Slow, long-term, slow term. It's slow term.
Slow term. Let's go with slow term. I like that.
Slow, long-term booking. It's slow term. It's good stuff.
Wait, real quick, going back to the Cage and Fenix thing. Apparently, they have a hype that Cage is going to speak for the first time next week.
I saw on Facebook, I forget who. I think it was BQ. You know, we're talking about BQ here.
Hey, party people, what's going on?
I like that how we acknowledge the Impact Wrestling community in the show. But I saw BQ commented on the Impact post for that. They advertised Cage speaking next week. And BQ commented on the post, and he said,
hey, party people, what's going on?
You know, he's not sure about it because he feels like speaking has ruined a lot of wrestlers. But I got faith in Brian Cage. I want to hear Brian Cage on that microphone.
I think it all depends on the delivery. It all depends how you do it. Yeah, I agree. Like Goldberg kept quiet for a while before he talked. The thing is, when he talked, it even enhanced him. Goldberg was cool. He had a cool voice. He had a cool delivery. So I think, he talked like a dude that you didn't want to fuck with, man.
He did.
I didn't want to fuck with him. So Cage, by looks, I don't want to fuck with him. Now it depends how he delivers the message verbally.
You want to protect the big guys. You don't want them to ever be exposed because let's face it, sometimes when they get on the microphone, they sound like blubbering idiots.
That's right. They do. So that's why you got to be real careful with who you give that microphone to.
Like, you know when you're watching football and, like, the microphone goes to, like, that one football player that's been knocked in the head 1,000 times and just, you know, like, sometimes the big guys are blubbering idiots. The little guys could be blubbering idiots, too. But I feel like there's a stereotype with the big heavyweight wrestlers.
Well, a lot of times, a lot of big guys aren't known to be the talkers, right? They're not known to be like the workhorses in a lot of ways. But yeah, no, I mean, look, they can do it right, and it could be awesome. So let's see what happens. There's a lot riding on them, honestly. Like that first appearance on the microphone is a ton riding on them.
We'll see. We'll see
So
how
what
it
we
goes.
got next?
Looking forward to it. But then backstage, we get KM and Falaba. They're arguing over who has a date with Scarlett tonight. Scarlett invites them both to be on the first episode of the Smoke Show. KM tells Scarlett how he tried to take Fala under his wing, but it hasn't worked. Scarlett convinces KM to do things Fala's way instead.
Wait, hold on. Is this where you yell, male demo?
Hashtag
Is that where you
male demo. That's what I'm talking
Male
about, baby.
demo.
Scarlett Bordeaux is hot.
Ooh, it's a little smoky in here, Kyle. It's a little smoky.
You know what?
A little
Trent?
smoky.
I hate this idea that we can't call female wrestling talent hot and we're not supposed to talk about that anymore. It's like, I'm not one for the hot shaming. I'm not for it, Trent. I respect the female athletes and I love what they do as wrestlers. But why am I suddenly a pig if I say Scarlett Bordeaux is hot? I called Alicia Atout a snack earlier in the show. What's wrong with that? Am I wrong? Am I a bad guy? I respect them as female athletes. I'm not objectifyying them. They're hot. They're hot women. They're babes. They're chicks.
Did you get called out? You get called out?
No, it's just the state of affairs. It's the landscape. It's the world we're living in, Trent. We're not allowed to call women hot anymore.
Yeah, you can call them hot because Scarlett Bordeaux's hot. And she knows she's hot. That's what she's telling everybody. She's not going to be hot shamed anymore. She's sick of this shit. She's hot and she knows it. That's it. She's a hottie.
I love that. Like, her character is kind of like cultural commentary, you know? It's that character is here right now for a reason.
She knows it. She likes it. She wants it. Oh, she's like, objectify me. Go right ahead. I know I look like this. But yeah, this thing with KM and Fala was great.
Well, you love KM and Fala. I do.
Oh,
too.
dude.
Everybody loves KM and Fala.
I just want to hang out with them one time. I just want to hang out with the two of them. They're always taking road trips. I see on Instagram stories. The two of them are always like taking road trips, or at least Fala's with a couple people, and sometimes KM will be there too. And like, it's a buddy cop story, dude. This should be a freaking movie or a TV show. I would pay to watch it.
Yeah, they have such great funny chemistry with each other. I think that they're friends in real life because, like I've said before on the show, I used to go to PWS wrestling shows. That was an independent promotion in New Jersey, and KM and Fala were always mainstays at the company. They shared that locker room together. They're two guys that came up together. They're both buddies in real life. The characters work. They're hilarious. Probably the best comedic duo in wrestling in a long time. And Impact is doing all these Twitch shows, all these type of specials. They got to give KM and Fala their own Twitch show. They have to.
I hope so. I hope it happens. I would love to see just these two have a weekly episodic show.
So whether it's them playing video games because it's Twitch or them out in the world traveling and doing things together, it would be a great show. Like, if I were Impact, I would say, all right, here, you guys can have a show here and you can do whatever you want with it. Just let them run with it. That's when you get the best content.
And they would. I just know these two would deliver. That's what I'm saying. Like, give them the shot, let them deliver. I know they'll do it.
Impact, we're requesting Kyle and Trent from Total Nonstop Impact, the Impact Talk for Impact Fans podcast. We are requesting that KM and Fala get their own Twitch show.
You know, it's us. We should have like a bat phone that goes right to Ed Nordholm.
Well, I'm going to put this up as a quick cut, and we're going to tag all them in it. We're going to tag all the Impact officials. We're going to tag Impact. We're going to tag KM. We're going to tag Follow. We're going to tag Twitch. We're going to request this, and all of our listeners retweet, comment.
Retweet it.
If you disagree, you hate KM and Follow, write that in the comments. We'd love to hear it.
Weekly episodic, 30-minute sitcom. I think it's doable. You got some great writers in the team right now. Just let it happen, man.
Let it go.
Let it go. You don't even need the writers. These two can improv 30 minutes and I'd watch it. I'd sit down and watch. This is destination TV for me. I'm in. I'm KM and followed in. I'm bought in. I'm all bought in here. I'm all bought it. I'm all bought it. Get it? Bah. Okay. I'll be here all night. Woo! Crickets. All right. I'll be here. I'll buy here all night. Okay. Anyway, moving
along
all right,
here,
folks.
We get
Back to Kyle.
Trent's favorite part of the show here. It's Austin Aries in the ring just 1 week after Killer Kross helped him retain the title against Eddie Edwards. Aries introduces Kross as his new insurance policy. Kross says the reason he joined Aries is because they both want the same thing, change. Aries insults Eddie and his wife Alicia, suggesting that she's interested in a romantic relationship with him. Aries warns anyone else that challenges him will get crossed out by the Killer. Aries and Kross are walking up the ramp when Eddie Edwards comes out and cuts them off. Kross stands between Eddie and Aries, so Eddie starts teeing off on him with a kendo stick. Nothing. Eddie takes out Kross with a cutter, but Kross gets right back up and chokes him out with the Kross jacket. Aries stands over Eddie with the Impact World Championship held high. I think Eddie Edwards is out of the title picture here officially.
I think it is.
That's it.
Done.
Roll him off.
D-U-N done. It is done. So this is done. Yeah, Eddie had his shot. It's over. That's it. There's nothing left.
And immediately after that, backstage, Eddie's wife Alicia checks on him. Alicia tells him that he's still crazy and they can't be together. Eddie has another meltdown.
Eddie is losing it, dude. I'm kind of wondering where this goes now. Alicia.
I'm confused. I'm very confused, and not in a bad way. It's just the unpredictable thing. I have no idea where they're going with this.
Alicia Edwards, she still loves him. That's her husband. And she tells him, hey, I was just checking up on you. I care about you, but you're nuts. This led into something great. Mike, can I kick this one off? Can I lead this next one? I might have to tie maybe not tie it, but I might have to put this up there as favorite moment number 2.
Let's hear it, Trent.
This led into the Eli Drake with the Cult of Lee taking on Joe Hendry and with Grado and Katarina. But the video, the entrance video that Joe Hendry did. Now, first off, I'm addicted to Joe Hendry's theme song. Yesterday I was at Six Flags and I was there and I saw something written somewhere. I saw a guy's name tag and his name was Joe Hendry. And it jogged my memory to say Joe Hendry. And I started singing the Joe Hendry theme song. I love that song. Then he made the one mocking Eli Drake in the little video with the heads. Come on, this was gold.
If I could be in the cult of Lee, I'd get my revenge on Joe Hendry.
I loved it. I think Joe Hendry this is going to be fun. If he does a custom mock song for everybody he fights, this is going to be a blast.
Well, apparently, Trent, I didn't know this. I don't watch ICW. There's too much wrestling to watch.
I can't keep up with all of it.
Trent,
yeah.
If I were able to, I would sit in my house all day and watch every independent promotion. I would watch them all, and I would probably enjoy each and every one of them in some sick way. Even the worst ones, I'll enjoy them for being so bad. But I don't have the time to watch ICW. I just can't do it. And I have some friends that do. Even our buddy Chef, he loves ICW. Apparently,
does he really? Yeah.
Chef is a big ICW mark. He likes ICW more than he likes Impact. Fucking stupid asshole. I hate him and he's wrong. But apparently Joe Hendry has been doing this for like years. Like, this is his character. When Impact signed him, they basically just told him, hey, do your ICW character. And he makes these videos with the big mask cutouts of the people's faces. This is something that he's been doing for a while, and it's cool. It's something different, something very unique, and the videos are hilarious.
Dude, so he's doing this? Like, this is the thing he's done?
This is his own project. Like, this isn't written by Impact. I mean, I'm sure they're assisting and helping him out with it, but his ICW character, this is his thing. He's been doing this. It's got a million funny ones on YouTube you could find. Type in on YouTube Joe Hendry ICW. There's a ton of funny ones.
Oh, dude, I have to go see this now. I just want to keep seeing more on the Impact roster. Like, can you imagine he does like a parody for like Penta You know, just I mean, it'd just be great to see this. It sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's hysterical, dude. Joe Hendry's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. That's awesome. I can't wait.
Fun little match here, but Trevor Lee distracts the referee, causing Grado to get up on the apron and stop him. Drake pushes Hendry into Grado, knocking Grado to the floor. Drake rolls up Hendry to pick up the win, so Grado cost Joe Hendry the match. After the match, Joe Hendry and Katarina are mad at Grado for costing the match. Clearly, Joe Hendry and Katarina are fucking, and Grado still has no idea.
He's got little hints. You know, he's like that. He's got that little suspecting eye, but he still doesn't know.
No, he suspects them of hugging. I don't think he would even think such a sick thing is going on. But Joe Hendry is banging Katarina. That's happening.
Best friend. Can you believe that shit? I think that's a shoot best friend. Like that sucks.
That's messed up.
That sucks.
That's messed up.
I mean, here's the thing. Where do we climax this one? Do we take this to Bound for Glory? Where's this going?
Well, you just earned yourself a boing sound effect for saying climax in that context. But hey,
Hey. I mean, it's Katarina we're talking about. You know what I mean? Hey. So, hey, what are we doing? A little Katarina on a pole match? Why not? A little throwback?
Bro.
Get the pole out?
Bro, we're going to do a pregnancy angle, bro. Grado thinks that Katarina is his baby, bro. And I got to tell you, bro, till I was blue in the face, bro, Joe Hendry is the one giving Katarina his Spaldings, bro.
The Spald. One of my favorite things Vince Russo does is called refer to your balls as Spaldings. I love it.
Bro, he was giving her the Spaldings, bro.
I love the Spaldings. I love it. It's just like, that's one of those things where if you don't realize that Spalding is a ball brand, you're not going to get it, but it's great. I love it, man.
Vintage Russo.
Vintage Russo.
Then we get a fun little Matt Sidell promo backstage. It's him sitting there like meditating, and it's just like little flashbacks. You see Slammiversary, you see Brian Cage, and you see Pentagon in there. Then just all these fun little clips of Matt Sidell, and he's concentrating, and then we see his third eye opens. So we see the third eye of Matt Sidell open in front of our very eyes. What a whacked out promo, man.
He's really an interesting guy. I think he's actually very much like this, like shoot. Like he just seems like I see his Instagram stories and stuff, and this dude is like, he's into this stuff. Like he's into all
this is him.
This is him. Yeah, you're getting Matt Sidell.
He's very into the whole psychedelic culture. Like this is good here. This is Impact taking somebody's personality and just amping it up.
That's what it should be, man. This should be more and more. And I love that Impact allows it. They allow that freedom. That's awesome. I think that's the best part.
And I heard in an interview recently, Joe Hendry said that his favorite part about being in Impact right now is the creative freedom. And what's better than that? A wrestling show that's actually letting their roster have say in what they do.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, wrestlers are selling themselves, right? They're trying to get themselves over with the crowd. So who would know how to get themselves over better than the person themselves? I mean, you obviously get direction. You get direction from a writer, a producer, or whatever. But then it's like on you. Like, hey, come on. Like now, let's see the talent. There's a reason you're signed. There's a reason you're brought in. So let's see it. Let's see what you can do. And that's the part that's fun. That's what makes it fun.
And then we see the OVE cam, the bastard child of Phil Anselmo from Pantera and Gigi Allen, Sami Callihan. He says he's going to end Pentagon Jr. once and for all in a Mexican death match next week. Trent, do you know what a Mexican death match is? I have no idea.
I believe a Mexican death match is where they have piñatas set up with weapons in them.
Bro, we're going to take the piñatas, bro. We're going to put them around the ring, bro.
I'm serious. I think that's what it is. There's weapon-filled piñatas.
Are you legit?
I'm legit. I'm telling you.
This is shoot, bro?
this is a shoot. And you know where I got this from? I'll tell you where I got it from.
Wikipedia?
No. I heard Josh Matthews say it today on the Uncivil War Twitch show. And he sounded like that was legit. He said that was for real. And I was like, all right. So he wasn't bullshitting it. He said that's what they're going to have. He's like, they're going to be piñatas set up around the ring, but they're not going to have candy, and then they're going to have weapons. And I said, oh, shit.
I heard him say that, but I thought it was a joke. I really didn't think he was being serious.
I think he was serious. Basically, it's a hardcore match, right? But the Mexican part of it, I guess that's what gimmicks it. I don't know. We'll find out. Either way, it'll be fun.
Hey, Mexican Death Match, Sami Callihan versus Pentagon Jr. Piñatas with weapons in them. Can't wait.
Let's go, man. Let's see what happens.
That sounds like a good time. And then we get Knockouts champion Su Yung with her Undead Bridesmaids versus Allie with Kiera Hogan. Non-title match. Fun little match here. Allie hits Sue with the lung blower. Allie's looking to put Sue away, but Tessa Blanchard attacks her from behind, causing the disqualification. The bitch.
As you say.
Bitch. Sue puts on her bloody glove and locks in the mandible claw on Tessa. Allie hits Tessa with the super kick, followed by the code breaker on Sue to stand tall and pick up the win.
Solid match. These women are super consistent. And
Actually, I botched there. She didn't pick up the win. I mean, she picked up the proverbial win. Like she walked away from the situation, but it was a disqualification.
It was they threw the match out.
Tessa the bitch took it out.
The bitch. And you got to say it with that emphasis you said it with. Come on, you're liking them. There you go. There you go. Give me some attitude here.
Bitch. A little teaser here. In 2 weeks, Impact presents Redefined, a must-see event. I have no idea. We'll see.
Looks like it. Looks like it's going to be a super show.
Looks a little futuristic.
The graphics look pretty cool, though, yeah?
Cool-looking graphics there. But then here's the moment we were all waiting for, Trent. The street fight. We take it to the streets.
This was cool. This was... Again, this is part of that whole shooting style that they're doing. The mini movie, kind of like the realistic camera, realistic setup. I thought it was cool, man. I like I like that they added all those extras. You know, they kind of had a posse on each side. I like that. I really dug that part. That was a cool little detail.
And this was fun. It was a movie. It was a little movie.
100% movie.
Really cool. I loved the ending, man. I loved the story they told at the end. Just King getting down on his knees and just begging for it. It just shows the sick fuck that King is. The maniac, the maniacal psychopath. Take me out, hit me, I dare you.
Dude, I was like hooked at that moment. I was like, he was so damn like polarizing. You know, I was like, what the fuck? Like, shit, all right, hit him. You know, fuck him, hit him. You know, I was like, I wanted to hit him at that point. Hey, motherfucker. Like, yeah, you fucking son of a bitch. I'll hit you. You know, I wish I could hit you right now. But dude, he was so intense, and I was like so damn locked in on that moment, man. It was cool as shit. And then I loved, Conan. All right, you motherfucker. And they beep it. And it was great.
That's the thing with King is like, if you've followed his career for as long as we have, you always in the back of your head thought, man, I would love to see him on Impact. Me Impact and you Impact, but other people maybe. Just television wrestling, period. I would love to see Eddie Kingston be himself on TV. And Impact is finally doing that. And
finally.
He steals the show. This whole thing was supposed to be about LAX, Santana, and Ortiz versus the OGs. And they did shine. I'm not going to say that Eddie Kingston stole the show, but his performance at the end, man, he kind of stole the show. Just getting down on his knees and just the way he projects himself. Dude, he's perfect. It's the only way to put it. He's perfect.
I remember when he joined the DCC, his first run, and I was like, man, why isn't this guy with LAX? It's like that story wrote itself, man.
Everybody
couldn't figure it out.
Everybody said that. It's just everybody said that.
And then here you go. You get the right people in, who say, you know what, who's perfect to be in LAX? Eddie Kingston. They put him where he belongs, man. That was money, and it's been nothing but fucking money since it happened.
So talking about LAX here, had a lot of fun watching the street fight. It was a classic, but the fight isn't over, Trent. The fight is far from over. I don't know what they're going to do next week, but this isn't the end. That's not it. It's not over. The King isn't done. You saw him. He begged for it. He's not done.
No, he's not done. King is this will never end. You kill the monster, but the demon survives. Kind of thing. It's like it won't end. It's not gonna end like this. I'll tell you that. That takes a lot more to break this guy down. So we'll see where it goes.
Yep.
That was a good ending though. Great finish. It went off the air with the perfect little pop.
No pun intended. Pop TV.
No, pun intended. Pun intended. No, I don't like when people say no pun intended. Everybody intends the pun. Everybody intends the pun.
We pun for a reason. Pun
intended. Pun fucking intended here. All right, let's go with that.
Next week we get Pentagon Jr. versus Sami Callihan in the Mexican Death Match, plus so much more. Don't miss it. That's what they have at the end of the Impact results. Only hit us with one match to look forward to. So we'll see what next week holds for us, Trent. But it's worth noting that in this episode, Sami Callihan was fined $5,000 for spitting on referee Harry. I can't even say his last name. Demerjian. Harry Demerjian.
Demerjian, yeah.
Demerjian. Sami Callihan has been fined $5,000 for spitting on referee Harry Demerjian last week on Impact. Impact Wrestling will not tolerate such disrespect of our referees or any other officials for that matter. Sami Callihan has been warned many times in the past about spitting, and this was out of line and completely unprofessional and unsanitary. That's from ImpactWrestling.com.
He's been known to attack officials everywhere he goes. This is an epidemic here.
$5,000, Sami. You better start double dipping on those indie bookings, my friend. $5,000. That's a hefty fine for a little bit of saliva.
You got to make up some of that extra cash somewhere, man.
That's right.
Yeah. He's got to come looking at AEW for some of that extra. And he's been attacking our refs too. He attacked poor referee Stevens over here at AEW. Put him through a table. Or through a couple chairs. And he smashed him. The dude hates referees.
You're a bad guy, Sami Callihan. You're a bad guy.
I don't know what it is about you. Well, you and referees.
But let's take a quick little break here, Trent, and let's come back with the news and the rumors. The numers.
News and numers. All right, let's do it. Numers.
All right. We will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans.
Hey guys, this is Impact Dude from the Heelcast telling you to check us out on Impact's #1 wrestling fan site, ImpactAsylum.net, or subscribe to our channel on YouTube, iTunes, Android Play, or SoundCloud.
And we're back, folks. Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. This is the news part of the show. I read you a couple of dirt sheet headlines, and I tell you where they're from, and we comment on them. You ready, Trent?
I'm ready to rizzle.
First one. Jim Ross on if Impact should sign Big Cass and Enzo Amore. This is from WrestlingInc.com. Jim Ross on his podcast, he was talking about Big Cass and Enzo and their Big Cass's first post-WWE appearance, which is for Big Time Wrestling on Friday, September 21st at the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He's talking about that. And then on the subject of Big Cass and Enzo, he says, so you look at somebody making an impact. What about Impact Wrestling having Enzo Amore under whatever name and Big Cass on their show? Worst things could happen, right? And by the way, Bound for Glory is going to be in New York City in Queens Melrose Ballroom. So who knows who you might see there. We wish them all the best of luck. Sound off, Trent. Well, how do you feel about that?
That's
Jim
gonna be a
Ross?
no for me, dog.
That's a no for me, dog. Randy
a no.
Jackson.
That's a no for me, dog. I'm nodding my head right now. I don't want to see it. There ain't nothing to bring to that table. I mean, the guys can talk and work. I just don't. You don't need it. We don't need that stigma of another cast off, and they're not like big. Look, if it's a big name, if it's somebody who's worth a shit, I'll say, yeah, cool. Hey, it's a big name. Hey, somebody's coming over. But this is this isn't worth. This is not worth the press it's gonna get. This is not worth. It's not gonna add any viewers to the roster, man. This is not eyeball TV. If you bring those two over, nothing gets added. We got a lot of guys to focus on. The next signing should be a big fucking name. It's got to be somebody who could change tides. You know what I mean? So this is no. That's a no for me.
Yeah, so like casual viewers will recognize them as WWE guys, but I just don't think Cass and Enzo have anything to contribute to Impact.
Nothing.
Enzo, he's a very colorful character and stuff, but I don't think he has a passion for the wrestling business. I don't think he gives a shit. I wouldn't want to employ somebody like that in my company.
No, I remember Russo talking about the reason a lot of people hated him was because he wasn't a wrestling guy. He was a gym guy, and he could just talk. So he got skyrocketed. You know what I mean? He got elevated quick. But that's his thing. I mean, but yeah, so we don't need that. We need all we need is A players right now, man. We can't get a guy who's just good at one thing and not another. We gotta put the time and the efforts wisely. So that's what's going to come in with Enzo or with this right now. The next signing has to be a lot more valuable than this.
Sorry, Jim Ross.
So, yeah.
I love Jim Ross. I love JR, but it's thumbs down. I'm not interested. You're not interested. And I don't want to speak for all the Impact fans. So, listeners, if you're listening to us on YouTube, leave in the comments. Let us know. I'm asking you. So don't you ignore me, damn it. I hate when we ask you people a question and you're listening. You take the time to listen to the whole show beginning to end, but you don't want to answer our questions in the comments. Please, engage with us. We're begging for attention, Trent. We're desperate at this point. Let us know. How do you feel? Would you like to see Big Cass and Enzo come to Impact? Get in the YouTube comments. We'll respond. We'll both respond. We'll talk to you. Come on.
Yes.
Help us out.
Yes. Throw
the dogs a bone.
We will mention you by name. We'll give you a plug-ski. We'll give you a little plug-ski for your social media.
Do you want to see Enzo Amore and Big Cass come to Impact Wrestling, as suggested by Jim Ross? It's a no from Trent. It's a no from Kyle. Let's see what you have to say. Maybe you're a fan of theirs and you could shed some light. Maybe change our minds. Let's hear it. I'm encouraging it.
Let's hear it.
Next headline we get, coming to us from WrestlingNews.co. Headline reads, young boy with a medical condition got to live out his dream at last week's Impact Wrestling tapings. I didn't hear anything about this anywhere. It just kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Today. I saw it today.
Just today.
You saw it too? Yeah.
Just today. So that's the headline. It says, last Sunday and Monday, Impact Wrestling taped another round of TV tapings at the Rebel Entertainment Complex in Ontario, Canada. The highlight from both nights was that they took this young boy named Steven. Steven has an incurable medical condition that has led him needing 2 major brain and spine surgeries. Kudos to the folks at Impact Wrestling for doing this, and WrestlingNews.co pointed out that they did this without publicizing it. They just did this to do something good. You see that, folks? Sometimes you do something good and you're not looking for a pat on the back. That's what Impact did. And it's refreshing because, I love WWE. I don't love WWE, but I respect what the WWE does with charities and children's work, but every time it's like the Crusher stuff, they always make an infomercial out of it and put it all over the WWE Network and put it all over Raw and SmackDown. But Impact just did something good just to do it, and the listeners, you should get something from this. This should show you in life, go out of your way to do good things, but don't always broadcast it to people. Just do it just to do good things, and that's what Impact did in this story.
A lot of people want credit, for the thing. So, but yeah, like WWE, which I don't love WWE at all. I actually dislike them very much.
No, I do too, but I meant to say I love what they do with charity, because I do love that. They are very active in charity. That's good for the world.
They're self-serving with the charity, I feel too, man.
They are self-serving, but at the end of the day, sick children do get to meet John Cena, and it does affect them positively. So yeah, they are self-serving, but the kids still do get to meet them, and they still do good things for the kids. At least give them that, Trent.
All right.
Give them that.
All right. So I'll give it for that. All right. Anyway, but this was nice. I saw a little clip today, and I believe it was Joe Hendry, right, who kind of like worked it out, did the thing with the kid.
Yeah, well, the boy's mother, Crystal Spice, she posted on Facebook the following. For those that know me, you know that it takes a lot to say that I am speechless. But what happened on Sunday has truly left me speechless, as there are no words I can say that express the gratitude that I feel towards Ross Foreman, Tyson Ducks, and especially Joe Hendry from TNA Impact. You see, in the last 2 years, almost 3 years as a family, we have seen our little guy, Steven, be put through more than most adults go through in their entire lives. And we saw how his whole world got flipped upside down and turned inside out. Steven, at the young age of 7, sees 7 sets of doctors at sick kids' hospitals for his incurable condition. He's had 6 MRIs, 3 CAT scans, 3 sleep studies due to his severe and central obstructive sleep apnea, 2 major brain and spine surgeries to try and help alleviate the full-length syrinx in his spine, as well as decompress his Chiari malformation. I don't even know what these words are. He has lost all feeling on his upper right side and may never get it back. Steven went from being a normal little boy to never being able to do what a lot of us take for granted. He will never be able to play contact sports. He cannot overly exert himself in any kind of physical education, no gym class, no water slides, no playgrounds, no roller coasters. Sometimes even getting out of bed is a challenge because of how he feels. But this little warrior never lets it stop him. Instead, he faces all of the testing and surgeries and uncertainties head on. He gives back to other children at sick kids' hospitals. He runs his own toy drive. He's an advocate against bullying. He runs backpack drives and raises awareness and funds to try to open the first Chiari Malformation Research Foundation here in Canada at sick kids' hospitals. This kid is a hero and an inspiration in my eyes, who has gone through so much in the last 2 years. But for 2 nights, Impact Wrestling allowed him to forget his worries and allow him to be a boy with a dream to be a wrestler. They are an all-star team with hearts of gold who went above and beyond anything we could have dreamed for our little boy, who only is able to get through the dark days by watching wrestling. To Tyson, thank you for being such a great sport and hanging with our little guy. Thank you for helping bring a sparkle to his eyes. You have a fan for life in actually all 4 of us. To Joe Hendry, words cannot express how much everything you have done and are continuing to do for our little guy means to me, but more importantly to Steven. From talking strategy to allowing him to sign an autograph all over your shirt, to holding him up high in the ring as the crowd cheered Steven, 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 and sharing your special night and gift with him. You are truly a local hero and the prestigious one. Your support with him will never be forgotten, and I am happy that he has a new special friend in you. There truly aren't enough words. And then to Ross Foreman. To Ross, I don't even know how to thank you for bringing this whole special event to life and making Steven a part of the Impact Wrestling family. You are truly a dream maker, and I am so happy we met you, and Steven will get to see you again soon. To all of the Impact family, you guys were all amazing with both of my little guys, and I will always cherish the memories you created with us dear in my heart, and I can't wait to see you all again soon. Lastly, to Aaron A. Weiss, my big brother, thank you for starting the ball rolling and joining us on this special night. So, wow, big, long message there to Impact and all of the people involved from the boy's mother, Crystal. But wow, all I gotta say after that, reading all that, Trent, is Steven, you're a special little guy, and we're all supporting you. We're all pulling for you.
I love that kid. Everything you read off there, I love that kid. What a cool little kid. That's awesome.
It's great of Impact to do something nice and not make a big deal about it. They didn't broadcast it on Twitch. They didn't put it on YouTube. They didn't put out any news articles about it. Maybe if somebody, now that it's out there, a big outlet puts it out there, maybe they'll retweet it, but they didn't go out of their way to make this a big thing. Apparently, Ross Foreman. Do you know who Ross Foreman is?
I thought Ross Foreman was a writer. Is he a journalist or something?
Well, I've heard his name being thrown around with the tapings. Like a friend of mine wanted to meet LAX and he didn't get to. And then at the end of the tapings, apparently Ross Foreman, it's Jorge from the Bodega. Ross got in touch with him after the show and got him to meet LAX and take pictures with him. Whoever this guy is, he's working for the company and he's going out of his way to make the fans have the best experience possible at these Impact tapings. And what they did for those little boy Steven is just there's no words for it. It's just such a great thing.
He is the head of media relations at Impact, and says he's based in Chicago. I gotta get in touch with Ross Foreman, man. I gotta get to know this guy.
Good guy.
He's a
good guy.
Head of media relations. I'm on his LinkedIn. Pretty cool, man. That sounds like a really cool guy. I love another little tidbit about that kid, Steven. He was wearing an old transitional logo.
Yeah, the owl logo. It looks like the Rush album cover, the Fly By Night cover.
Yeah, they had the Fly By Night anthem cover, dude. I was like, dude, this kid's awesome. He's rocking that with all the pride in the world. I love it.
Love it. We love you, Steven. We're big supporters of you here at Total Nonstop Impact.
Awesome, Steven.
That's an interview I want, Trent. I don't want to interview any of the talent. I do, but I would love to interview little Steven. That's somebody I'd like to sit down and chop it up with.
I would too. I wouldn't mind. Actually, honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I would love to interview fans like Steven. That kid sounds awesome.
That's a great headline there. That made my night right there. Thank you, Impact Wrestling. Thank you, Ross Foreman and Steven from Kyle and Trent. We're supporting you. Stay strong, kiddo.
Absolutely, kid.
Next headline here, Trent. To put we were in such a positive mood right there. Now this is where we flip it around and do a 180 and go back to negativity.
We should end it on a good note.
What do we got? WrestlingInc.com headline: AJ Styles on his cockroach-infested apartment. SmackDown comments being a reference to TNA. So apparently, in some sort of promo hyping up the SummerSlam match between AJ and Samoa Joe, which has been done on Impact 10 years ago, a bunch of times. It was a great match back then when they were in their prime. It was good. Remember those matches, Trent? Good matches.
I remember them even more because I tell you what, Garrett Kidney. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw what he did today, but he reminded everybody about those matches because he made a tweet and he said. Recreating the current SummerSlam match between AJ and Joe using GIFs from TNA Impact matches. It must be the most savage thing I've ever done. And dude, he has a thread where he legit takes the same spots, I guess they did in the SummerSlam match, from Impact matches and just created little GIFs. It's the most savage shit I've ever seen, and this was amazing.
Garrett Kidney is a legend.
Garrett Kidney is a legend, dude. That guy's my social media inspiration. I'm gonna retweet it right now from the.
You have a man crush on him, bro. I see you all the time tweeting him. You have a man crush on Garrett.
I just
Kidney.
want him to like me. I want him to take me under his wing. I love that dude. I want him to take me under his wing. That guy is awesome. He is so good at social media. He's so good. I'm gonna retweet Garrett's thing right now on the Total Nonstop Impact Twitter, which can be found at We Talk Impact, and I want people to check it out. I want people to look at this. It is incredible what this guy did, what this guy pulled, man.
So, in AJ's SmackDown promo, he said, "That's what pisses me off most, Joe, because you know my wife, you know my kids, and long before this was the house that AJ Styles built, we both shared the cockroach-infested apartment complex and shared stale pizza together." And then to ESPN, he said, so that what I just read, that's what he actually said in the promo. But then ESPN asked him about those comments, and he said, he confirmed, when I say cockroach infested, that means, listen, dude, we went through a lot of crap. We worked in a lot of places to get where we're at, mainly with TNA. Styles told ESPN, the guys that TNA didn't want to push to the absolute tippity top are also the guys in one of the biggest matches in SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. So, yeah, he referred to TNA as, his past in TNA is living in a cockroach-filled apartment. And, wow. What do you got to say, Trent? What do you got to say?
Here's what I don't get, man. Number one, first off, he had to go beyond and explain that he said the comment on SmackDown, but then he went to ESPN and said had to make sure he pointed out TNA. That's petty as hell. It's like, dude, that's unnecessary comment. Second of all, not the tippity top. The only reason anybody knew who the fuck AJ Styles was is because of TNA and Samoa Joe, for that matter. People want to say Ring of Honor? No way. TNA put them on TV first. So the only reason these two are known to anybody to start with was because of goddamn TNA. And I think that's so petty for him to say that. And I love this guy, dude. I watched the first TNA match, man. I mean, this dude, I watched this guy from the beginning to the end. And it's disappointed me so much that he had to sink to that level. I mean, he's a religious guy. He's a decent guy. And I'm shocked to hear him stoop to a level like that. And it's so lame, dude. It's like the guy was paid very well in TNA. He had a good, comfortable life. I remember Joe even saying stuff like, hey, because of TNA, I'm able to buy my parents a house and I'm able to buy myself a house and live comfortably. Like, come on, dude, to sink to that kind of level for what? I mean, what was the point of it? Why not look back? It's still your career. Look back at it fondly. And mind you, they main evented several pay-per-views, not together mainly, but they've made it. The two of them were top guys. And tonight, they were in the middle of the show, from what I understand. So where's the tippity top there? You know what I mean? That's obviously something doesn't make sense. That's not adding up, man. And I think that's bullshit, and I think it's real petty of AJ to go to that level today, or with that, whenever he did it. That sucks. That's really disappointing. And it's like, dude, you lost a fan to me, man. I really respected you so much until that. It's like, and it's not because of what it is, not because it's Impact, it's not because it's TNA. It's because it's like I didn't expect him to sink to those levels too. And I think that sucks.
Yeah, you know what, man? All right, I try to put myself in their shoes when I think of these things, because at the end of the day, Trent, you can hate WWE all you want, but it's the big company. It's the WrestleMania. It's the Royal Rumble. I get all that. When people think of wrestling in the United States, they think of the WWF. They think of the WWE. I get that. It's the biggest promotion. And when guys graduate from Impact and Ring of Honor and places like that, and they go to WWE, I might not follow their careers as closely as I once did, but I'm happy for them because they're getting the action figure. They're getting the worldwide exposure. They're in the biggest arenas, and I'm happy for them. But when somebody forgets where they came from and just acts above their past, that just shows, AJ Styles is kind of a douchebag, kind of a dummy. And this is the first time I've been waiting to do this, Trent. Our dummy of the week.
Dummy, 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 dummy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dummy, 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 dummy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Our first Dummy of the Week award goes to AJ Styles, Trent.
Dummy, yeah. I actually have I got the dummy button on my phone. I actually got the dummy button app. I paid Eli Drake $1 for that thing. Dummy, yeah. There's dummy button still on the phone.
AJ Styles. Dummy, yeah. Cockroach infested apartment. Dummy, yeah. I'll have you know that cockroach infested apartment paid your bills, bought you a house, fed your family, gave you everything, and put you in the position to get to the WWE, to do things like wrestle at SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
Exactly.
That was a very important stepping stone for him. he wouldn't have gotten to the WWE if it wasn't for his time in TNA. And the same thing with Samoa Joe. People can argue that, but I don't think they signed him because they knew them from the Indies and Ring of Honor. They raided TNA. The guys came from TNA. And
they're
like
TNA guys.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to slice this pie, dude. They made their career over there, and for disparaging that, I say, dummy. There you go.
That's it. Dummy of the week, AJ Styles, wrapping up the news section, the numerous for this week, wrapping up the show. Really, I'm disappointed with AJ Styles for making those comments. And you never know. You know, he could have had a gun to his head creatively. Hey, you got to say this. This is in the script. It might, from WWE's perspective, maybe they want to, throw their darts at Impact whenever they get a shot. They're insecure about their own product because Impact is doing a hell of a job kicking ass on Pop TV every week with the most creative, cutting-edge professional wrestling show on TV today. And when you got guys that main evented Impact show 10 years ago on your pay-per-view, you might want to, try to remind the folks, hey, it's better now. It's in WWE. They're like 40 and it's like 10 years later, but hey, it's in WWE now. It's like, no. They had their best matches in TNA. There's no denying that. And Impact was a very important stepping stone for them to get to the WWE. So people, stay humble. When you reach success, stay humble. Don't forget about the people that had your back in the day. When Trent was broke and had no money and he was hungry, Taco Bell had his back. So Trent still eats at Taco Bell once in a while.
You're goddamn right, because I don't forget where I come from.
You don't forget where you come from.
I don't go to Chipotle and forget about Taco Bell. You know what I mean? That's how it works, partner.
Damn it. Damn you, AJ Styles. Trent, hit the dummy button one more time.
Oh, dude, I got it right here. Hey, I got it.
AJ.
There it is.
But that just about wraps it up for us this week, folks, here on TNI, Total Nonstop Impact. I think that was the first time I referred to it as TNI. I like that on the SoundCloud clips you wrote, TNI. It's a TNI show. It's Total Nonstop Impact.
There you go. Yeah. That's our feed, TNI, and then we've got the date of the show. Or the date of the one we're reviewing, or whatever.
Yeah. Next week on the show, a lot to look forward to. What's next for LAX? What's next for Brian Cage? What's next for Joe Hendry banging Katarina behind Grado's back? What's next for Su Yung and Allie? What's next for Tessa Blanchard? There's so many things I want to know. What's next for Gigi Allen, a.k.a. Sami Callihan? I'm looking forward to next week's show as we continue to travel the road to Bound for Glory.
Tickets on sale this weekend, I believe, right? This week on the 25th.
No, Trent, don't even tell them because I want front row seats. I don't want these people to know when the seats are available. They might be on the 25th, but I don't want them to know because I want my pick at front row seats, and I don't want any of these bastards getting in the way of that.
They have to know because we got to sell it out so you can get
I don't want to give up McDonald's, Trent.
Fat asses!
I know you don't, but I need you to. I need a co-host here, bro. I need a co-host to live. If it's not you, I don't know who I'm going to tap on this. I got to go back to Chef, or I got to find somebody else.
I'll have you know, Trent, that I'm 24 years old and currently taking heartburn medication.
Fat asses!
You're bullshit. Are you serious right now?
That's a fact. There's some acid reflux going on.
We're taking this off the air. We're taking it off the air. I'm taking it off the air. I'm tired of this shit.
Please sell out the Melrose. Kyle's gonna die. Sell out the Melrose.
Fat asses! Fat asses!
We're taking this off the air. And we're gonna discuss this. This is a problem.
That'll be a cliffhanger. How we're gonna end this week? A cliffhanger. Kyle's home.
Jesus. Does Kyle make it to next week? Does he live until next week? Here's your cliffhanger, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Another fun show here. Follow us across the board. Follow us on Twitter at We Talk Impact. Follow us on Instagram at We Talk Impact. Find us on YouTube under Total Nonstop Impact. Where else are we, Trent? You're adding new platforms. Let us know. Are we on Stitcher yet?
We got Stitcher. Look for Total Nonstop Impact on Stitcher, iTunes. Give us a rate, review, a subscribe. Our Facebook page is now open. It is just search for Total Nonstop Impact. It'll come right up. The Facebook domain will be We Talk Impact very soon. We have to go through a waiting period apparently, but just search for Total Nonstop Impact on Facebook. It'll come up. But yeah, it's iTunes, Stitcher is on, YouTube as he mentioned. So yeah, we're on all the platforms, man. We're getting out there. SoundCloud, look for us on SoundCloud. We're all over the place. Take a look, find us, love us, subscribe, give us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans. Stay tuned. Come back next week for the next episode of the show. A lot to look forward to. Hopefully I can maintain my health until next week, but it's another fun show here. Great episode of Impact. Going to end out with the Don Callis quote of the week, but let me just ask you one more time, Trent, what was your favorite part of the August 16th episode of Impact Wrestling?
I like the Killer Cross and Austin Aries segment, dude. That was my top.
My pick is going to be the LAX OG street fight. That's our highlights there for you folks. We're going to close you out with the Don Callis quote of the week. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Later.
Later.
She's really letting him have it. It's called a relationship, Josh. Oh, I made a mistake, Don. Yeah, and you'll be hearing about it for years and years. Mistakes happen. That's how relationships work.